Welcome everyone to the channel. Today we are watching ReZero episode 4. Last time on ReZero, Subaru got isekai'd back to his homeworld, which we have not seen in any other isekai from what I've seen, except for Devil is a part-timer, but that doesn't really count since it's a reverse isekai and they kind of make that as a system. So, and then he's greeted by his really built up dad who just surprises him out of nowhere, which I have to question, who did Subaru take after? His mother or his father? Anyway, aside from that, we got some heavy load drop from Ikidona, who I'll just say is best girl at this point, and definitely waifu material. So we learned about all the other witches, that they were actually these legendary characters that were actually inherently good and taught humans a lot about the emotions that, not the emotions, the sins that they themselves are called by. And also Emilia, we had an amazing moment with Emilia where she actually stood for herself and defended her position, her perspective, and did more than just speak words. She showed it with her actions. And Subaru, as we knew, obviously ran after her, and he was also eligible for the test, as was pointed by Akidona. And what I think is going to happen is that both of these, since they both fell unconscious, they are going to have to face trials that will question who they are, what their desires are, as we saw in episode 2 when Akidona was asking about Subaru. Oh, so that is what you desire, and they have to face some harsh truths in this um, imaginary world that they're transported in. Because I don't really believe that Subaru really got transported back to his home world, like he actually got isekai'd back to his uh, physical world. I think it's just a matrix kind of a situation where he's imagining these things, similar to Death Parade, where um, I forgot his name. He tests. I forgot her name also, but you get what I mean. If you have seen Death Parade, you get what I mean. So this meta physical plane that Subaru has been transported to, and we are going to get some heavy focus on his origin, and I am really excited. I have not been this excited for ReZero, including season one, for a long time. So I am just going to jump right in. I will preface this by saying that I will pause every now and then. This is how my reactions are. If there's a certain scene or moment that I want to talk about, I'll pause and let you guys know. I won't talk much through the video as it's playing, because that kind of gets annoying and it ruins my attention focus as well. So if pausing and playing back is not your cup of tea, then good luck on your hunt. May you find the video that you need. Awesome. But for those who stayed back, let's enjoy ourselves some ReZero episode 4, season 2. Alright, guys, we are starting in 3, 2, 1, now.
おーい無視すんなって
And what the fuck?
ちょっと待って反撃許すとは多いかな父ちゃんこのまま俺の許す
この機会に克服してもらいたいなーってお母さん見るのも嫌
Okay, so we're getting some really wholesome moments, and Subaru doesn't seem to recall where he is. He's just in the moment, he is enjoying his family life, and I am just nervous for when, the string just snaps and he gets slapped back to reality. Oh man. Okay, and I like how this color scheme, man. It's really foggy and it's a different color. It's a screen effect that they're using, as if it is something in the past that we are seeing, but at the same time, it is playing in the current time zone. Uh, it's kind of a closed portal, like I said in the beginning. That's really nice. And he has no other siblings. I don't think so. This is a very small family. So he's definitely adored a lot by his parents, and I'm guessing they miss him a lot since he disappeared. And this is what we don't get in isekai shows. Um, the character gets isekai'd, and then we never go back uh, to the real world and see the impact his disappearance has on those who are close to him. So this is really interesting that ReZero, which I consider to be the best serious isekai, is really, redefining the things that isekai tropes are normally known for, the cliches, the stigma that is associated with isekai shows. I'm really liking this episode. I definitely did not see this coming when I was watching episode 3, but awesome, awesome.
8時を過ぎたら
Jeez, oh my god. Ah, fuck, I don't know why I just got so freaking scared in that moment when the clock was rotating. I thought it was a time loop, that the minute hand was frozen, and shit, I almost started crying for some reason. I can't explain it. It's something that I intuitively picked on. That I've seen something similar in a different show, but jeez, I don't know why that scared me. It's probably nothing. Okay, I'll just I'll just continue.
今からじゃ学校に間に合わない。だから仕方ない。
He's definitely an otaku with
仕
all
方
those
ねえんだ。
figurines in those posters.
なんでだ。いつもなら落ち着くはずなのに。
Holy shit! Oh man, I'm getting so scared right now. What the fuck? I hate this. I really hate this. Fuck, I hate this right now. What the show is doing, it's brilliant in that it's affecting me maybe more so than you guys. I hate that noise and that distortion that it's eating, it's pulling in from the inside and is. I hate. Okay, I have a history with bad dreams or dreams collapsing into nightmares. I think that is why I'm getting so scared, because oh man, Subaru is experiencing the same thing, and I am putting myself in his shoes as if I am right there. Shit, I can't explain it.
演じの前に入られたら声かけた意味とかなくね。それでそうだな。スバル、好きな子とかいる？中
Yeah,
学生か。
behind you.
つまんねえの。で、本題は何なんだよ。まあなんだ。いい天気なんだし、ちょっと外で親子トークとしゃれ込もうぜ。
Okay, okay. We are away from the house. Okay.
いつもたまの休日に見かけたら失業言いやがる。おいおい、こんな
Interesting.
爽やかな朝に新規臭い顔しやがって。無理やり連れ出した父ちゃんのせいだろ。そんなに警戒すんな。健坊も
I
こ
observed
ん
that
な
as
でか
well.
い子供がいるような年になったか。そういえば今日は月曜日だな。なんでこの時間に親父さんと一緒に？すみません。おいスバル。
Jeez, I fucking hate that.
悪いなおっちゃん。また今度ゆっくり寄らしてもらうわ。
This episode is gonna get me. Oh man, I'm not gonna sleep right now. I'll not be able to sleep.
ああ、手がベタベタする。 で、落ち着いたか？微妙なとこ。本格的に体調悪そうだな。あれだったらおんぶしてやるから家に帰るか。
おんぶいらないし、戻んなくていい。戻っても一緒だから。
好きな子とかいる？
Jeez, why do you keep asking that? It's like the characters in this world are conscious of the situation. It's like they're trying to wake him up. So this indirect dialogue. It's kind of like
本当に何だったんだ。
で、好きな子いん
Donnie
の？
Darko
さっきからなんだよ。遠回しにしなくていいよ。
in a way,
率直
like
に
how he's
なんで学
interacting.
校行かないんだって言え。
世間一般がどうかは知らねえけど、俺は学校が全てとは思っ
His father is really humble and good-natured.
面がマシ。
面構えの話な。面は相変わらず、目つきだけはお母さんに似て悪人面だよ。
I just wanted to point one thing. Those are sakura trees, right? And the way they're sitting on the bench with everything just kind of foggy, cloudy, not really detailed, the backgrounds and the leaves just falling down. Because if you would know about sakura trees, they only bloom for a very short time and then they just wilt away. It's kind of, I don't know if it's really directly referencing, but it's kind of what's that word? A metaphor for his short time that he has with his dad, uh, that he will not get again. And this is going to get really emotional because family things get to me. So yeah, I just found that interesting that the leaves are falling, the flower petals are falling, and his time is with his dad is slowly coming to a halt, and his dad is giving him these lessons that I guess he super subconsciously always wanted to know from him, or at least wanted to bond with his dad. We don't really know how his history with his family really was just before he got isekai'd, and this because this is all just Subaru's imagination. I'm guessing the magic of the witch or the whole isekai world does not translate to the real world. So this is all just part of his imagination, and that is really interesting to note that this is all him imagining his perspective about how he lives with his family, how he lives with his dad, or interacts with his dad and mom. There's a lot to dissect right there, but yeah, this episode is way too good.
君は
私を助けてくれて
なんだ。
どうして私を助けてくれるの？
Yep, that is a direct metaphor. The music is so good.
もう大丈夫だ。
そうか。落ち着いたんならい
Man,
いん
these
だ
things
が、
get to me.
あんまり心配かけんなよ。
I don't know how I'm going to edit this.
それとさっきの質問だけどさ、好きな子できたよ。
やっぱりあの人の子だな。
でもいつからかな。一番にできてたことが一番じゃなくなっていった。その頃から俺の一番が少しずつ減って。勉強を頑張るなんてバカバカしい。足が速いなんて何の自慢になる。俺がこうやってみんなを笑わせてる方がずっとすごいし、ずっと強い。
やっぱりあの人の子だな。
一緒にいなきゃ味わえないんだって。そいつらは後悔でも何でもして。
And people
見るとって。だけど気がついたら俺の周りにはもう俺しか残ってなかった。 それでようやく気づけたんだ。俺は何も特別な人間なんかじゃなかったんだ。
Definitely he's scared.
そうやって中学を乗り切って高校に入って、我ながら盛大な高校デビュー失敗だったぜ。ただ学校行きたくねえなってさ。その後はずるずるいった。完全に学校に足が向かなくなるのに3ヶ月もかかんなかったな。だからお前なんか愛してない、お前なんか大嫌いだ、お前なんか俺の子じゃない。
So his character of wanting to be reprimanded for all the things that he's slacking off at are caused due to his own ineptitude to excel at the things that he once excelled in. uh, People not, like, he does not feel special, he does not feel that his life has any meaning, and that's why he is willing to kill himself to save someone. That's why he never hesitates, no matter how many times he has gone through that hellish experience. Because he always talks about how useless he is, even though time and time again we see that no, the things that he does and the lengths at which he goes to save the ones that he loves is nothing but extraordinary. And that kind of a person is special. That kind of willpower, determination is something extraordinary. And but he will not acknowledge it because it's ingrained in his mind that the 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 real world, that where he comes from, he had nothing, he was not special. And that is what gets self projected even in the isekai world, because he has lived in the real world longer. That thing has been burned more permanently in his mind. There are a lot of things that I want to discuss about this episode. I think I can cover them at the end. If not, I'll watch it again, and maybe next time when we watch episode 5, I'll give my analysis of it, because right now it's really a lot of things and I don't want to miss any single beat. I want to discuss it all, so I'll give it a proper analysis maybe by the end of the episode or next week. Yeah, this is shaping up to be the best episode of ReZero, including season 1, of course, because this is really personal and it's very relatable for me, and I'm guessing a lot of you guys as well. I did not think that ReZero was capable of this. I mean, we have seen something similar, but not this direct, not really linked to Subaru, unless I'm not remembering certain things from season 1. But I don't think we've had this perspective of Subaru, the core reason as to why he is the way he is, why he often comes off as sometimes obnoxious or too intrusive of other people's lives, that he wants to help, that he wants to without even permission, he wants to help, with Emilia with all the things in season 1 that she got angry because without that what is he? He's the same Subaru as in the real world. This is something the isekai world gave him, this purpose in life, this chance of, okay, we have this some special talent that you can't die. So he wants to save the people that he loves, because that's where he finds meaningless life, even though it's completely twisted. So this discussion with his dad will really shine a new light on his understanding of who he is and what is what is he fighting for? Uh, yeah, I mean, let's just continue.
そう言って俺を投げ捨てて欲しかった。
Yeah.
俺を諦めさせて欲しかった。
But they didn't. Your parents still believed in you.
諦めるのは簡単です。でもスバル君には似合わない。
And we get that from Rem as well.
愛しています。ここから始めましょう。1から。いいえ、0から。はい、レムの英雄は世界一です。
ReZero, like starting from a fresh life. That is what the title means.
いたかスバル、これが俺の愛情を込めたファザーヘッド。怒りの一つじゃねえか。どこがヘッド？足かなり上がってるだろう。どうもその必要もないぐらいにへし折られて立ち直った後みたいだからな。
Okay.
俺みたいなの好きだってそう言ってくれる子がいたんだ。
There are two girls.
スバル、
ごめんなさい。俺
Not able to.
もう二人ごめんなさい。俺何にも返せないままきっともう会えない。ごめんごめんごめんなさい。ごめんなさい。
たく期待してるぜ息子。
ああ、任せとけよ父ちゃん。からなんだってやれるし、なんだってやってやる。
That pose.
あんたの息子すげえんだぜ。
お父さんとお母さんが好きだから一緒に舐めてくれてただけだもんね。
何を根拠にそんな。
じゃあスバルは世界とマヨネーズどっちを選ぶの？
いやそれは世界だろ。
ほらね。
下り顔して何がほらねだよ。その選択でマヨネーズ選ぶやつはマヨネーズが好きなんじゃなくて世界が嫌いなんだよ。
そうなのね。あのねスバル、親は子供が思ってるより子供のことよーく見。
Really?
小さい頃は座薬だって入れたことあるんだからお尻の穴まで見てるんです。
すみません、今ちょっといい流れだったんで天然いらないんですよ。
マヨネーズのことも学校行かなくなった理由もどうにかしてあげられるんならしてあげたんだけどね。パリ、あの人の子だね。
ちゃんとできてるかな。俺はちゃんとあの人の子供やれてるかな。
大丈夫だよ。だって
Thank you.
までかっこよくなったらノルマ達成じゃない。お父さんの半分かっこよくなって残り半分スバルになったらいいんじゃない？そんなわけでスバルはスバルらしく頑張ったらいいなとお母さんは思います。じゃあお母さんはこっちだから一人で大丈夫
Crossing the railway paths.
お母さん、やらなきゃいけないことがあるんだ。だから長いお別れになる。
スバル。
もう自分が二人の子供でいたくないなんて思わないし、自分が嫌いになるようなこともしたくない。
スバル、大丈夫だから。スバルが何を言いたいのかちゃんと分かってるから。
分かってるだって。どうして？
だってお母さんは
Damn, I haven't paused even once to talk about any of the scenes. I just can't pause. I can't find a moment to pause.
ごめん、お母さん。俺結局誰に何もできないわ。
何かしてほしいから産んだわけじゃないんだよ。
I wanted to be your own person. Enjoy the journey as well.
行くよ。
あ、そうだ。スバルスバル、忘れてた。いってらっしゃい。
He never he never got the time to say goodbye. Jeez, and he may never see them.
行ってきます。
There you are.
ようこそ。自分の過去と向き合う時間は君に何をもたらしたかな。
Freaking best episode till now. The thing is that, unlike other isekai shows, where the main protagonist kind of dies by accident or on purpose, he never wanted that, although he had given up on life. And the other shows that just never explore that aspect, that I also never questioned, because it just never occurred to me that there is so much potential in that other world and the connection with those people. Why the fuck do you not do that? There's such an amazing story element, and ReZero does it, and it's so freaking effective. It's so good, and this ending is awesome also. Okay, so I am really regretting not taking notes while I was watching this show, this episode, because there were so many things that I want to talk about, but I just can't remember. I will definitely make a detailed analysis in the next episode of, or yeah, the next episode. I have to. This was definitely the best episode, and I really did not think that or believe in this show that it could be this good, that it could produce an episode this good. But I I tip my hat to the show. Uh, this was such a small and contained episode, but the execution is what is surprising me, because honestly, ReZero for the most part is very shallow with the execution and the character stuff. I mean, it is good, but it's not near great or masterpiece levels. This was, and it honestly took me by surprise. I mean, I was excited for the show, but it exceeds my expectations for this episode. Wow, I can't even process what I'm saying, because these kind of family connections, and there were two things that really uh, almost broke me. One was the thing that Subaru never got the time to say goodbye, and the way he lived in his real world, and how he passed his time, and the intention, the mindset that he had, that why aren't his parents scolding him or kicking him outside because he's basically useless. he must feel so regretful because since he got isekai, we never really saw that side of him. That he never really thought about it much until it got until he confronted it head on in this imaginary world. That yeah, he really regrets it, not being able to say goodbye, not being able to do anything for his parents. And I completely relate to his point. And that one thing definitely broke me. And the second thing, the whole connection with his family. I guess those two things are intertwined. I can't really separate them. The the connection with his family and the fact that he's never going to be able to see them. That he might not be able to see them. I mean, one of these deaths might just be permanent, or there's no way to go back to the real world because we still don't know the magic that isekai'd him into the world of ReZero. And the title of ReZero, starting life in another world. Now it makes sense. He was given this uh, fresh start, turning a new leaf over with people who who did not know of his past, who did not know of his connection with his dad. So they would not call him out like you're just like your dad. You're not your own person. You don't have your own identity. And that's why he is so attached to the people in this world because they see him as Natsuki Subaru. They don't see him as Natsuki uh, Kenichi, his dad. And his dad is such a nice person. I mean, it was Subaru's perspective, but we see that his parents were very loving and kind. And though Subaru did turn into a Hikikomori, his parents were really supportive, and they never shunned him. And when he's sitting with his dad with the sakura leaves, that scene really got me. Like, we know that he's slowly realizing where he is, and he can't do anything about his current situation. That he can't really meet the his real parents, though he got some closure of not with that, but still he can probably never see his real parents. Also, with those uh, sudden aches that he was getting, that those scenes really freaked me out. I have this history with, like I said, I have this history with dreams where something happens and then I realize it's a dream and then it just turns to a nightmare. I had way too many experiences with that, so that PTSD definitely kicked in. But thankfully, this was such a wholesome episode. Nothing bad really happened, and in the end, we see Ekidona, who was basically testing Natsuki, who was basically testing Subaru whether he would learn his lesson, uh, grow as a character, firm his resolve, and be able to walk all the way to the school, to his classroom, because that was the test, right? To graduate from this world, gaining new perspective and facing his past and resolving things in his mind. Now he's a much stronger character. I hope he won't resent himself or hate himself that much. And this is exactly what I wanted from this season, because Subaru for the most part doesn't really self-reflect or value himself. And this was one of the things that I wanted to see in this season being explored. Like, do you live for yourself or do you just live for others? So I think we are going to get that part of that side of Subaru as well. That and this is similar to Mob Psycho, the character of Mob. Uh, Man, I can't really process a lot the way that they were both alone and uh, God. Anyway, I will do a lot of thinking on this episode, and a lot of note writing. Point to myself, write notes. Seriously, I am very forgetful. but I'll definitely, while I'm editing, go through this episode again and pick about all the points that I want to talk about. But yeah, I'm glad that his mom pointed out that unlike all the other people around Subaru that say you're just like his dad, you just he's just like his dad, he's just like his dad. His mom points out, yes, you're like your dad, but you're like me also, and you are your own person as well. So even though you might be under his shadow, you're not. There's nothing wrong with chasing after him, but also there's nothing wrong with being your own self. Because this is very common. A lot of kids will try to imitate their parents, will always be overshadowed by their parents, will want to grow up like them, so they often lose their identity in their pursuit. And Subaru, oh yeah, Subaru was good in a lot of things when he was a kid, but as he grew up, big fish in a small pond, he realized that he was no longer special, particularly in any other thing, and so he began to resent those things, and it just didn't make sense to him, which is like a self-defense mechanism, like the grapes are sour, kind of a metaphor, and he just gave up on life. He because since you're not special, since you have no meaning and no one follows you, he uh, started doing uh, comedy skits to gain the attention and get reactions out of people, out of his classmates, his friends, and because of that it started escalating, and because he got labeled as this person who does funny things, so that became his shtick. And then he realized that he had to keep doing it, he had to get it, he had to become bigger and better with that, and that got out of control, and he probably caused a lot of inconvenience for his parents, because of all the stuff that he did. Maybe he got caught by the local authorities for vandalizing or graffiti, and even though he tried his best to do all that to gain the attention of his classmates, soon one after the other they stopped following him, and then he just dropped on the ground and just couldn't figure out what to do. So what I got from the episode is that that's the moment when he started trying to act like his dad. Maybe I might be wrong here, because he wanted something. He wanted an identity. He wanted to be someone. Uh, I keep referencing Mob Psycho, like how Reagan was. He wanted to be someone. He wanted to be of value to someone. In here, Subaru wants to be like his dad. So and and it gets reinforced, and it gets reinforced by the community. Yeah, you're just like his dad, you're just like him, you're just like him. But thankfully he does break out of that spell, and we get a much stronger character out of him, and he passes the test as he meets Ekidona, and we get a beautiful ending. I still feel like there are a lot of things that I did not cover, which I hopefully will in the next episode. But damn, this episode, shit. Now I believe in this season. I believe in this show. This is like, if this is seriously the best arc, and they continue this kind of character development and insight and awesome execution. This this might be the most welcome surprise of this year for me. But yeah, anyway, that's all I have for now. I If you stay till the end, thanks for that. Let me know what was the most uh, relatable thing that you felt this in this episode, was the most amazing moment that you felt, down the comments below. And if you want to see any other reactions that I have done to other shows, any other videos, I might have them linked above, I don't know. But yeah, I'll see you guys next week. Hopefully we'll get a similar focus on Emilia, and see what's happening in her world, and what are the tests that she's facing. But as for Subaru, he passed with flying colors, and this episode as well. Awesome. So yeah, catch you guys later. Logging out.